Hey guys, all Dee.
And the beef.
And we're talking about Ubisoft and their
Here we
press
are.
conference. Everybody and their mother was like, this is the best press conference since fucking, I guess Steve Jobs had press conferences. I don't know what's the bar for press conferences, but this was what people said was it.
Probably some Apple bullshit.
Yeah, it is the best press conference since the Apple bullshit. Those exact words. So, what we have here is the show started off with Mario Rabbids. It's pretty much Mario, right?
Which actually looked decent.
It looked decent. It was a strategy game, which I was not expecting, because they were like, Mario, and I was like, okay. It's probably a Mario Rabbids, game that's bullshit and nobody cares. I expected, a party game or, a collectathon game.
Definitely a party game is what I was expecting.
Yeah. I was not expecting a strat,
XCOM?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting XCOM or, a strategy game of any sort. It was weird to see...
It actually looked good.
It wasn't that weird to see Mario with a gun, because I've seen him with a gun in Smash Brothers before. It was weird to see Miyamoto with a gun. That was the weird part. It was also weird to see Miyamoto at E3. They usually do the Treehouse stuff from New York.
At a non-Nintendo thing, yeah.
Yeah, if Miyamoto's going to be at the Treehouse in New York, he has got to have gotten on a plane right after that happened. That event happens, he's on a fucking red-eye, and he's gone.
Although the Rabbids thing does set a really good precedent. If Nintendo's willing to do more, lend off their properties to, other developers, that's really cool.
Yeah. I like because, well, it opens up the floodgates for a lot of really cool crossovers. We were talking about what we would like to see, and Beef brought up the idea of Metroid and Halo. And
I liked Metroid and Doom better, but yeah.
I don't think Metroid and Doom's gonna happen. It's too much blood.
But it's cool.
Yes. But Halo seems like it would actually work. Yeah. Considering they both wear the same type of helmet.
I suppose.
And they both fight aliens in space, as opposed to alien demons whose heads you rip off.
Yeah.
And threaten to shit down their necks.
Oh, I want to see Samus do that.
Rip off a demon's head and shit down his neck?
Yeah, well, not the pooping part.
No poop.
No poop, just head rip.
Alright, Ubisoft. Why are you even calling it Ubisoft? Alright, Bethesda, if you want to get back in our good graces, get Samus somehow in Doom sans pooping.
No pooping. Don't show her pooping.
No poop. Anyway, the Rabbids game was fine. I don't like Rabbids though. The gameplay looks interesting, but I hate the Rabbids. I think that they're annoying.
They're the minions before the minions were the minions.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people like the Rabbids, and that's fine. I just don't. So it's not for me. The next game on here is The Crew, another game that's not for me. It's the original Crew was I guess the car. You mentioned that it was the car racing game.
Yeah, it was just cars. So this one having all the vehicles must have been mind blowing to people who liked the first one.
Yeah, but I've never played the first one, and it doesn't appeal to me. I have played racing games before. I've played off-roading games.
I like the box art for the first Crew.
Oh yeah,
because I thought it was funny.
If
my personal interpretation of it.
If you guys look up the box art for The Crew, it's just a bunch of cars are gonna beat the shit out of Florida, which Florida justly deserves.
Parts of Florida.
Parts of Florida. The parts of Florida that you leave Miami and you turn down the wrong road. Those parts of Florida.
Yeah.
Alright, so The Crew looks fine. The graphics look fantastic as usual, yada yada. You can race in planes now. It's Diddy Kong Racing. Do you want to play this game? Play Diddy Kong Racing. I'm sure it's on the Nintendo Switch downloadable store.
You can do on-road, off-road, boats, planes.
No trains though.
They showed horses at one point, but no one was riding the horses. So I'm hoping there is horse racing, but there probably isn't.
No, there's no horse. The guy was riding next to the horse to kind of show
look
how free I am.
Put a motor in a horse, drive him.
That's what horsepower is. It's not.
Oh damn.
It's not. That's not what it is. But you know what I mean. Horsepower is how many horses could. How many horses could power this engine? It's kind of like that.
Oh.
So it's kind of like that, sort of. Tell me how wrong I am in the comments.
Yeah.
All right. So Transference is a VR game with Frodo is telling you to just put on a headset and live in somebody else's life.
It looks
It's
interesting.
meta. It's very meta. It's You or VR inside of VR. I don't care.
I'm really not sure what to think of it. It looks like it could be like intriguing and very art housey, but like
We didn't get enough information for me to care that much about it.
Yeah.
It's very vague.
It's very artsy and vague.
We're recording this after we finished just watching the Sony press conference, so
We'll get to that.
I want to say up to this point, I did not give a shit about VR. I think we talked about it yesterday. I was like, the problem with VR is that there's not enough IPs on it. And I thought the same thing at this point in time when I thought we were watching the Ubisoft conference.
Also, almost everything is a glorified tech demo.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next game. Skull and Bones.
It looked hype. I liked the look of Skull and Bones, even though it is just multiplayer Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah, that's all it is. But it looks like it takes that idea and takes the Assassin's Creeding out of it, which is what I like. I'm like the story for Assassin's Creed. I'm not big on that.
That's fair.
The gameplay of Assassin's Creed is incredible. The story, though, I don't really care about that.
I like the story of the characters you go into, but I don't like I don't care about or like the story of any of the characters that exist in like the present / future or whatever. Yeah. I only care about the stories of the characters that they like animus into.
Yeah. I agree with you there, and I think that's why I'm happier about this game, and also they're going full bore, full tilt on the pirate theme. You're not forced to do Apple of Eden garbage. You are a pirate. That is it. You don't have to spend your free time looking for feathers or whatever the fuck.
You can make a fleet with your friends.
Yeah, you can make a whole fleet with your friends. It looks like you can make custom Jolly Rogers, because each person had a different Jolly Roger, each person had a different figurehead on their boat. And each time you saw a figurehead, they looked fucking intimidating coming out of the fucking thing like that. It only looked like we saw pre-rendered footage. A lot of it doesn't look like it was gameplay. It all looked like cutscenes.
I mean, some of it looked like it was gameplay, but like how much of it was scripted?
Yeah, they said it was pre-beta, or pre-alpha, so it's like, okay, I understand that. But this game does look intensely enjoyable.
It utilized a lot of recycled audio from the Black Flag and Rogue from the Assassin's Creed series in particular. I noticed, like, right down to the fact that like there was characters singing sea shanties and they were literally the same voices.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they literally just took those games and just was like expanded on it. Hopefully, what you can arm your ship with is a little bit more customizable, because like to throw an example out there from the Assassin's Creed series, like in Black Flag, what your weapon for the very back of your ship was like you could drop dynamite barrels and then you could shoot them to make them explode, and then like in Rogue, your fucking weapon for that same side of the ship was instead pouring oil in it and lighting it on fire. So I'm hoping that like each side of your ship, when you're building your ship, you get to pick what weapon that side of the ship has. So I'm hoping you get a fully customizable ship, so you can tailor build how you want your ship to fight other ships.
It also looks like you can kind of tailor make your crew. Because at first when they said, oh, you can make you can have your posse hang out with you, I thought it was, let's say I'm online, I can go, hey, Beef, get online and get on my ship, play with me on my ship. But no, Beef has his own ship and his own crew.
Yeah.
We're both captains.
Yeah.
So I'm not, we don't have to fucking play, rock, paper, scissors to see who's swapping the deck and who's the captain.
Even though I'm yawning a bunch, this is probably the game from Ubisoft I'm most excited about.
It's just late tonight.
This and that and the new Assassin's Creed. I like the Assassin's Creed games. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Despite not giving two shits about the main story that they have overarching the whole series, I still like each of the games.
Yeah. Escargot? Is that what it's called? Escargot?
Whatever.
The snail portion?
I can't even be bothered to remember.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Escargot, I think.
Escargot?
Some shit like that. I don't fucking give two shits.
I
know that makes me unpopular amongst people who are in the Assassin's Creed fandom, but I genuinely don't give two shits.
I don't care either. I like playing the back in the day shit. When you go back into like, the random dude that they put into the Animus, I'm like, who cares?
I mean, kudos to them for trying something different. I just don't give a damn.
I get it. Right? The whole point is that at some point we're going to be able to play as that guy, as Dustin or whatever the fuck his name is.
No, he died.
Oh, well, we're...
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoilers for Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, well, I guess you're not going to be playing as Craig or whatever his name was.
Desmond.
Yeah, sure. You're not going to
Yeah.
be able to play this because people were hype as shit. Like, I can't wait to play in the current day.
And in Black Flag and in Rogue, I think you're just literally you
Oh.
going into the Animus. I'm not sure. Or, I don't know. Because I don't think your character literally has a voice. To the point where really annoying side characters decide to just outright call your character like dumbass or whatever the fuck. Because that makes them endearing and likable.
Yeah, and iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you touched on the Assassin's Creed because I wrote more Assassin's Creed before the crew, and I totally missed it.
Assassin's Creed in Egypt looks really baller.
It do. Just Dance had a stupid dance thing happen.
He had the Lin Kuei out on stage.
It was the worst thing I've seen in my life. Like, that genre of music is... It was like somebody scratching a chalkboard inside of my mind.
They brought out a panda costume guy for no reason, and when he was done doing whatever it is he chose to do, he literally ran off stage dabbing.
The worst. The worst. They had a woman on stage for like 20 seconds singing, I think, a hit song from, like, I don't know, France. I think it was French she was singing?
Nope.
No?
I don't believe so. I think she was singing English.
I don't think that was English. Because if it was, I need to retake English. I did not understand a word she was saying.
Indistinguishable.
It was very much like that fucking Iggy Azalea, blah 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 freestyle shit that happened way back.
I mean, she was hitting notes all right. I just
No,
couldn't understand what she was saying.
She was good at singing. I just didn't understand what she was saying. And then the music behind her was so... It was like a drill on a chalkboard. Killing a kitten. That's what it sounded like. It was the worst.
Drill made of kittens.
The drill made of chalkboard kittens.
Whoa.
Next game. Starlink.
Next game.
Yeah, let's just move on from fucking Just Dance. Which is probably going to be the biggest cringe compilation thing this year. Starlink is
yes.
No Man's Sky, but look at all the shit you have to buy. That's right. Starlink is a game about... It's Skylanders. Only you have to buy parts to your ship. Imagine if they took Skylanders and the idea of the gummy ship from Kingdom Hearts and smashed them together. That's what this game is. Also, they sprinkled in some No Man's Sky. I don't like the idea of paying for boosters to my ship, especially in a era where it's hard to find amiibo. Granted, you might go, oh shit, I really need this thing. They move on in this game, and guess what? Your local Best Buy doesn't sell it.
Yeah, and you can't find it anywhere except for super high priced on Amazon because assholes are scalping them.
Yeah, some asshole has it for $300, and you're like, it's just like a rocket. Did I need to progress to the next level? Can I just?
No, $300.
Yeah, so I don't know about that. The next game on here is Steep, which they just had a woman come out and go, Steep is really cool, and then she left.
Neat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that. I must have zoned out.
No, it was like Steep. They had like.
Oh yeah, that's the skiing game, eh?
The snowboarding and skiing, yeah.
Snowboarding and skiing, and it. Oh, she announced the new Olympics expansion.
Okay.
That's all it was. There's this new story mode expansion that's like, you training to enter the Olympics.
Well, it would have been nice if you'd seen some, a cutscene or something from that. So, kind of...
No, there was.
Was there?
It was just very brief.
I think we just both zoned out Steep. It happened and we were just like...
No, it was like a... I want to say almost a minute long video package.
Ah, okay. Because I remember seeing footage of Steep, but it looked like just the same shit from last year. You know?
I have a bad concept of time.
I have a bad memory. Next game, the game that everybody shit their pants about, is Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, it's a sequel to a cult classic game that came out 15 years ago.
I will tell you this, it looks fucking great. I've never played Beyond Good and Evil 1. I've seen it being played on the original Xbox.
A lot of the hype is just that, hey, look, Ubisoft is no longer ignoring this IP that they're sitting on that's super popular.
Yeah, that's all it is. I think they showed some more Far Cry stuff. Not really, it's the same shit we saw before.
Yeah.
Except showing that you can pretty much tell your Because I don't know how the other Far Cry's were, because I only played up to Far Cry 3, I think it was. So
You started at Far Cry 3.
I started at Far Cry 3 and I stopped at Far Cry 3. I've not played any more Far Cry's.
I think you played Far Cry 3 and a little bit of Blood Dragon.
Yes.
Yes, you
So,
did some Blood Dragon.
I don't know how
You just forgot that was a Far Cry game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy to. I don't know how it is with like telling people to go places and help you take areas. If that's been done in a Far Cry before, but that was interesting. That you told that woman, hey, go up in the water tower, and she went up there.
Or it's like, hey, since you're waiting there, why don't you snipe that guy now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. And also the dog took the gun from the guy and gave you the gun. Apparently that's like
here you go, wag wag.
Yeah. Apparently that's like something from Far Cry Primal, that you can train like Sabercat to go and do some shit like that for you or something.
You can train them and use them as mounts and attack cats.
I don't think you can ride this dog as a mount. He's just a mutt.
But what if can I get on him and just pretend?
You can, like, while he's laying down, you can crouch above him and pretend that you're riding him, probably.
Yes.
It's probably a thing you can do.
My
there was another game that they showed outside of the Ubisoft press conference that there's nowhere else to put it on here, so I'm going to mention it here. It's called Extinction, and pretty much you decapitate ogres for fucking points. It looks pretty cool. I was like, oh, this is like Shadow of the Colossus and Assassin's Creed, but super colorful. And I said it looks cute, and Beef thought it was funny that I thought a game about decapitation was cute. But it is. It's called Extinction, and it's about the extinction of the human race. Cute. Woo! But that was the Ubisoft presentation. I guess we could talk some more about Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Beyond Good and Evil 2's trailer had a surprising amount of F-bombs in it.
It looked great. I love that monkey.
I'm not like one of those against coarse language people unless there's kids watching. But like...
And there might have been.
There might have been. But like... Holy shit. They dropped a lot of F-bombs.
Holy shit, he says after saying that they cursed a lot on the conference.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
They whoo, that is... They're earning a rating, man.
Oh yeah. The animation in that cutscene there looks so goddamn good that it looked like a movie. Like, it looked like, not a live action movie, but like an animated movie that I would see, not Pixar because there's a lot of F-bombs, and there were guns, but it looked like an animated movie that I could see going on, you know, in theaters.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
In the cinema.
In the cinema. That monkey was fucking fantastic. I loved his attitude. I loved his accent.
Yeah, he was very bratish, and I loved him.
Hey,
like
yeah.
in an endearing way.
Yeah.
He's very Sun Wukong-ish.
That's why I thought it was a Journey from the West game when I was first watching. I was like, is this Journey from the West? Because there's a pig, there's a monkey, there's a person that's not an animal. So I thought it was Journey to the West. Nope. No, it's not Journey to the West. It is Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is interesting. Apparently it's a prequel to Beyond Good and Evil.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, they said it was like 30 years before the Age of Jade or whatever.
Oh, alright.
So,
Jade is the main character.
Yeah, I knew about that. Like I said, I've seen some gameplay, but I have not, like, hunkered down and made it a cult classic. Like, it's not a cult classic to me, but I've seen it before.
I've never actually played it myself, but I just know how massively popular this particular game is. That's all.
Yeah. I saw it, and I was like, what the fuck? What is this? And when they announced the name of the game, I was like, that sounds so fucking familiar. And it kept fucking floating around with the title of that spooky game that fucking Bethesda has.
Live audience was losing their fucking mind.
What was the spooky Bethesda game?
Evil Within?
The Evil Within? Yeah, I kept mixing those names up in my head. Because Evil and 2 are in them. And they and I saw them, you know, E3 presentation, they're all starting to rush together now. And so I was like, man, that game didn't... Beyond Good and Evil, that's the one with the fucking... with the milk, right? Like...
Evil Milkmen.
With the evil milk guys. And I was like, no, that's not the game. The Evil Within, that's the one with the monkey. No. The Evil Within Good Beyond 2. Beyond the Evil Within. Good. So, we'll see how well my brain holds up tomorrow. I think it was just pride because it's hot as hell today. It's like 92 degrees. And it's Fahrenheit, if you are an American like me. But it's fucking hot. It's fucking hot. It's like 40-something in Celsius, right? So I think I'm
Sure.
maybe baking inside, and that's why I'm having this problem. And that's probably why I also couldn't really get into this Ubisoft presentation like everybody else was getting into it. Like people were saying, Ubisoft won.
I mean, it was a good presentation.
It was good.
But I don't think they necessarily won. I think all of the console ones have been outdone Ubisoft. But out of the like developer ones, I guess Ubisoft has done the best so far, or it has done the best because there isn't any other ones.
Yes.
So credit where it's due. Within that criteria, they have succeeded.
Yeah, they've done a good job. I think the only presentation that failed was EA. That is the only one getting a failing grade this year so far. Hell, it had them. It was the only thing that I've seen a cringe compilation of so far as well.
Although I will say this much, EA didn't piss me off like Bethesda did.
That's true. I'm not mad at EA.
So
I'm mostly apathetic.
So, whatever.
Well, what the fuck ever, man.
I guess there's the argument to be made that like apathy is worse than anger.
I guess.
So, it's a toss-up between EA and Bethesda.
But fart noise. But we will definitely return shortly with our our Sony coverage.
Which we'll be recording like immediately once we stop this recording.
Well,
so we'll see you over there.
Heck yeah. See you guys. Well, you guys won't get it immediately, but it will be recording it immediately.
Sure you will.
Later, guys.
Bye-bye.